that while I was constantly in touch with the state government through the Chief Minister, was impressing upon her consistently that the program will be held by totally and strictly following the COVID protocol and keeping the number to bare minimum. It would have been befitting for the occasion. It would have been good tribute to our freedom fighters' sacrifice if the Honorable Chief Minister and members of the executive invited were present. It has set a very bad precedent. I am at loss of words. This has never happened anywhere in the country. I do not appreciate such a stance. When everything was being conducted in close dialogue, we should have interacted and kept the occasion, sanctity of the occasion, dignity of the occasion, importance of the occasion, constitutional ethics of the occasion at top. This has not happened. It never comes again. For last 1 year, it happened with the assembly, gate being locked. I hope it never occurs again. I go to university, chamber of the Vice Chancellor is locked. I hope it never occurs again. On the Constitution Day, I am made to be in queue at number 6. I hope it never happens again. My address to the assembly, blacked out from media. I hope it never happens again. These are not the signs of democracy. These are not the signs of freedom. These are the indicators of police state. These are indications that our democracy is being compromised. I hope such a day never comes again. I have been hinting for a long time. Why should we fight with each other? Why should there be confrontation with the center? Why should not be there some kind of togetherness in working? That should happen. I pray to Almighty that good sense prevails, Constitution is respected, soul searching takes place, and we keep our conduct as per the best traditions of rule of law. Electronically, the document was shared. 14th August 2020 at 5:20 p.m. electronically, by use of an app, a document was shared. And that document came back to me from the highest in the government. I therefore don't doubt it. My caution to the administration and police has not been impactful. I have repeatedly reminded them, you are public servants. You are not political servants. You are required to act according to law. You have to confine yourself to your conduct. There has to be political neutrality. In spite of this caution, I find they are continuing as political foot soldiers. It is my commitment to the people of state of West Bengal. I will do everything possible to ensure that democracy in the state flourishes. And democracy can flourish only if there is rule of law. Public servants do not get into political mode, mission mode, and political spirit. I hope they listen to me. Otherwise, law will take its own course. I have no doubt I am not above law. No one is above law. Everyone has to be held accountable to it, and so would they. Within my rights to seek this information, this has not happened. I hope they listen to Constitution, they listen to rule of law, and share the information with me without further delay. Governments can't be run by statements and advertisements. You can't paint a rosy picture. You can't act like dream merchants. You have to show your results on ground. And that result is not being shown. That's a matter of serious cause for me. I would appeal to the media please get version of the Raj Bhavan if you want to publish something. Recently there was a front page story about the at home. It has pained me. An impression has been given as if Raj Bhavan is not careful. Why should this happen? A mail can be sent to the governor. We will give our version. Don't imagine things. It is responsibility of media, and I would say fundamental responsibility, to get the version of the other side. But I can imagine the situation. If there is a front page story and version of the constitutional head is not taken, and the story has no substance, it is prerogative of media to put the governor on the last page or 7th column or a small column. I have no issue with that. Take your call. But if you are putting a story that reflects on Raj Bhavan, please get a version of it. It is with heavy heart I am telling all of you, your Raj Bhavan is under surveillance. That should never happen. How can Raj Bhavan, how can Office of Constitutional Head be under surveillance? A list prepared at Raj Bhavan can leave Raj Bhavan only with my sanction. It can leave Raj Bhavan with my authorization. I depute someone, release it. The government is within its rights to seek any information from me. I would be happy to share any information with the government. But if documents of Raj Bhavan are procured by the executive, contrary to law, and that becomes basis of a story, is a matter of concern for me. I have initiated a very serious critical probe into it. Sanctity of Raj Bhavan functioning has to be kept intact. As constitutional head, I will never suffer any surveillance of any nature whatsoever. Those who have done it must pay price according to rule of law. My internal inquiry will be completed soon enough. If I give a document to someone for a particular use, it can't be put to some other use, compromising the activities of political opponents. MPs and MLAs are slapped with cases and threatened with their lives in a manner that will shake anyone. I hope there is a stop to this. COVID is a big challenge to all of us. COVID is a challenge to the country. We need to improve our testing from around 34,000 at the moment to 50,000 so that we come to national average. Media has been reporting every day the scenario which is available. I hope things look up further. Merely making a statement would only be lip service. Ground reality has to be seen, and that I am sure will be seen. I have raised a critical issue about farmers. So far, in the entire country, farmers in all states, except the state of West Bengal, have got 92,000 crores. Farmers have benefited in all the states of the country other than the state of West Bengal by more than 92,000 crores. The state of West Bengal has got nothing. My heart is bound to bleed. So should be yours. That's 100% central assistance. PM Kisan Samman Nidhi. This goes directly to the bank account. There is no middleman, no commission, no cut money. Why should our farmers not get? And they would have got by now 8,400 crores. Farmers in the state of West Bengal have been deprived of this huge amount of 8,400 crores. किसान के पेट पर इस प्रकार की लात, अन्नदाता का इस प्रकार अपमान हम सबको सोचने के लिए मजबूर करता है कि आखिर ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? There is no answer to it. एक जवाब आया सरकार की तरफ से कि हमारी तरफ से किसानों के लिए बहुत कर रहे हैं, हमें आवश्यकता नहीं है। मुझे वो जवाब पढ़कर दुख हुआ, हास्यास्पद है। कितना अज्ञानी बयान है, धरातल से कितना दूर है, कितना नासमझ का बयान है। राज्यपाल की हैसियत से मैंने 7 फरवरी को विधानसभा में पढ़ा, किसानों की मदद जिसका ढिंढोरा पीटा जा रहा है, मंत्री महोदय ने बयान दिया है, वो 700 करोड़ से कम की है। मेरे विधानसभा के एड्रेस में है, ट्वीट कर मैंने रेलेवेंट पार्ट ट्वीट किया है। फिर भी कहते हैं कि इनको पता नहीं है। वी कैनॉट अफोर्ड इट। राज्य सरकार किसान की मदद करे, कौन रोकता है? करनी चाहिए, पर केंद्र सरकार की मदद व्यापक स्तर पर आती है, व्हाई डिप्राइव देम? इसके साथ एक दर्दनाक पहलू और है। कोविड के दौरान किसानों को ताकत देने के लिए, कंसेशनल रेट पर इंटरेस्ट देने के लिए, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मजबूत करने के लिए तो 3 लाख करोड़ से ज़्यादा का पैकेज अनाउंस हुआ है, जिसमें पश्चिम बंगाल 30,000 करोड़ का फायदा ले सकता था। रिस्क अपने आप लेते हैं। इट इज़ टाइम दैट वी गिव आउट वेरी बेस्ट फॉर सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग, क्योंकि रोज़ मैं देख रहा हूँ अपने यहाँ पर भी और कहीं भी फिगर बढ़ते जा रहे हैं। वी मस्ट बी एक्स्ट्रा केयरफुल अबाउट इट। थैंक यू। If I get the question correctly, Chief Minister should have come to attend the at home. This is a solemn occasion. This is a formal occasion. Her not coming is unbecoming of her conduct. She has belittled the high office she holds. Again, she has singled out herself as the only Chief Minister to have done so. Your governor was constantly in touch with her. She was being guided by a list smuggled out of Rajbhavan. She should have believed the governor that the number will be kept less than 40 if she were to attend. We kept that. Those of you who have seen the function, it was with best of traditions. 6 feet social distancing was maintained. Everyone was represented except the Chief Minister. Her vacant chair will haunt me for a long time and will haunt the people of the state for a longer time. Number 2, she came unannounced. I have no difficulty. That was not a meeting between Chief Minister and Governor. That was a meeting where Chief Minister was accompanied by the Chief Secretary, Additional Chief Secretary Home, Director General Police and Commissioner Police. That was hardly a meeting between 2 of us. If I don't invite ABP Anando to the press conference and then have a word with you on telephone in the afternoon, will you approve of it? She is representing 9 crore people of the state of West Bengal. She could have flagged any issue to me, but to find a escape route, to find an alibi is not best of things. Occasion required her to be a statesman. Occasion required her to act with stature, consistent with dignity of the Chief Minister, and not to look for escape route. When I took oath on 30th of July 2019, I wrote a letter to her that she is free to see me anytime. So I have no difficulty. When she came, I was in my office. Your governor, your first servant, has to be virtually in 24/7 work. I was doing some work. When I got a message, she has entered Rajbhavan. I alerted my ADC and we spent time. I have never revealed what we discussed. I don't know whether she has revealed or not. I would not like to reveal what we discussed. But one thing is very sure. I conveyed to her, we are having a function. It's a solemn function. It's a great occasion. It's a joyous occasion. It's a celebration. It will send a message to the entire state. We are having it with adherence to COVID protocol. I am sure you'll make it. That's where we stand.